Hey everyone, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Middle of the week for most of us here. Maybe you had a long weekend because the kids were off of school or you were off of work on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. So today kind of felt like a Monday for me because it was my first day physically having to go into the office when I didn't go in on Monday. And so I just have this weird feeling of being a little bit off balance, but that's not why I'm here to talk to you tonight. I wanted to check in with you guys because we started on Monday. We're talking about goal setting. It's January, it's a brand new year, 2017, and how many of us have started before with a goal to do something by the end of a year and not completed it? So I already raised my hand and I said this on Monday that has happened to me many times. I think last year my goal was to read a book every single month, and I really wanted to do it. And I tried really hard and I started off really strong, and then little by little, month by month, I didn't finish the book that I was supposed to read. I think I read 5 books last year and I was supposed to read 12. And it's like, what happened? I wanted to. I said I was going to. No one forced me to make that goal for myself. It was something that I set out to do on my own, but I didn't. And part of the reason is because I didn't make a strong enough goal. So even though I wrote it down, I didn't really get into that why, which is what we started the week out with on Monday. Why is that goal important to you? What does it mean to you? What does it look like when you're done with the goal? So for me, of reading a book a month, it meant that I am growing as a person. I'm learning new topics. I'm growing my arsenal of knowledge. I'm learning about nutrition. One of the things that is important to me is time management because I work full time. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I have a coaching business. My husband has his own business that I'm a part of. I have all these different hats. And Sophie has activities. And so time management is something that I really need to work on and to continue to practice and hone and master, hopefully. So that's what it looked like to me. Reading books that helped me develop and learn new skills on becoming a better everything, basically. So this year, I'm taking a different approach to it. And what I've been asking a lot of my challengers, my health and fitness challengers, to do is before we start any group, I'm making them really think about their why. Why are you in this group? Why is it important to you to lose 10 pounds? What does it look like? What does your goal look like? Does your goal look like you getting on a ride at Kennywood and riding with your child? Does your goal look like running down the soccer field with your kid? Does your goal look like participating more in life instead of skipping out on parties and dodging photographers because you don't want to be caught in a picture because you're not happy with yourself? So taking the time to really dig deep and think about why you're doing something is not comfortable. It seems silly. A lot of people don't want to do it because it's work, but when you put in the work, you're more committed to the result. You're more committed to the goal. If you don't put in the work, you don't really care about the goal. If you're not willing to do what it takes to get to that goal, then it's not that important to you, which is fine because that might help you differentiate between something that you just kind of want and something that you really want. Take, for example, you really want to move and get a new house or a new apartment or something like that. Why is it important to you? Is it just like you're sick of your old place, you want to move somewhere else, or is it because you have to? You have a pet that is not allowed where you're currently staying, and you have to, or you will be forced to rehome your pet or find somewhere else, for them to stay. Is it because you live in a really bad neighborhood and you're scared for your children's safety that you have to make that happen? So there's a difference between really wanting something and having that deep, strong reason why, because it's the safety of your children, the safety of your pets, staying together with your family, versus, I just don't like my kitchen, so I want to move. See what I'm talking about? So that's what we talked about on day one. Now, today we're talking about gratitude. And I wanted to share with you guys, and I think I did this yesterday, that I have this gratitude journal that I'm going to give away to someone in this group because I think it is just such a wonderful way to document your journey and make you more aware of what's going on in your life every single day. When you start to journal and pay attention, you're more able to then predict or change the course or tweak something to get yourself back on track faster than if you aren't paying attention and you're just going through the motions every single day. When you slow down, it will actually help you speed up. Because when you're going slow enough to see what's happening, you're more aware of it, and you can say, oh my God, every day this week, I've rated my mood as 3. I've rated my energy as a 5. Is that how you want to live your life? Or do you want to be a 10? There's a place on here that it says reflect on your mood, and it has those smiley faces and frowny faces. And if you start paging through here and every day is like a frowny face or that one with a straight line, and you're reading through your journal and you're just writing, I didn't do my to-do list, I didn't finish this, then there's something wrong. But you can tackle that if you become more aware of it. So that's what this journal is. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's really a reflection of your life. And it is in a 16-week format. And at first, it's hard. You might forget to do it every single night. You might think it's stupid. I'll just do it tomorrow. Who cares if you miss a day? But really, it's important. I keep saying this over and over again. It's the little things that you do or don't do that add up to make the biggest difference. They're easy to do. They're easy not to do. It's easy to write into a journal every single night. It might take 5 minutes, maybe less. It's also easy not to do. Is it going to ruin your goal if you don't write in this journal tonight? No. Is it going to have a devastating effect on you or your family if you don't write in your journal tonight? No. That's why it's easy not to do, because the consequence isn't immediate. If every time we bit into a super unhealthy, fat-filled, sugar-filled piece of food, if every time we did that, we immediately felt chest pains and started down the path of having a heart attack, I don't think there would be so many obese people with diabetes in this world. Because if the effect were immediate and you felt it right away, you wouldn't do it. It's like sticking your hand on a hot stove. The effect is immediate. You feel the flame. You feel that burn. You're not going to do it again. But because the things in our life don't work like that, the consequences of our decisions, they're not immediate. It's so hard for us to do the little things or not do them. It's easy. You want to do the things that are helping you. You don't want to do the things that don't help you. So that's the best way that I can describe it. And that's why this journal, I think, is such a nice gift for you. So even if you don't get this journal, you can still journal every day. And all you really need is a notebook or a piece of paper, or maybe you want to use a Kindle or a tablet and do it electronically. I have a journal that I write in every single night. And it's actually a gratitude journal that's for my husband. Because what I was finding out was I don't feel like I slowed down enough every day to tell him how I felt. And because we're so busy and always going, it started to make me sad. And we were nitpicking at each other, and he's wonderful. He helps me all the time. He's a wonderful dad. He provides for our family. He is always willing to support me. And I thought to myself, damn, I shouldn't be mad at him because he didn't take the laundry upstairs. So every night for the past, it's almost a year, I'm almost at the year mark, I write in there just something that I appreciate about him or something that he did that day that I'm just thankful for. And it could be one sentence, it could be like a couple sentences, but I'm going to give that to him when I'm done. When I reach that year point, I'm going to give it to him so that he has that. And for me, honestly, sometimes when I'm really mad at him, I page through it. And when you start to hear your own words on how you feel, you're not mad anymore. You can't be mad anymore because you recognize why you're so grateful. So I titled this resources, and I just wanted to share a couple with you. So this group is just for 5 days. I'm giving you my top tips that I think might help you immediately. But for the long run, I wanted to share with you a few other things. So a few of the um, little worksheets and stuff came from books that I've read before. So one of them is The Compound Effect, and this is the one that I recommended the other day to start out with. It's an easy read, it's not that many pages, and it's very interesting. So this is the one that I would recommend to start out with the most. Another book is Change Anything. I did actually complete this one. This was one of my like 5 that I did, and it builds upon the principles. So when you start reading these books, you'll start to see that a lot of them say the same things. There's a reason for that. These people have documented successful people, and these are the things that they do. So Change Anything is another really good book. It's an easy read, and you can see I like writing all over this. It's like dog-eared. I have post-it notes in it because I'm always going back to it. The Slight Edge is the one that I'm reading right now, and it's awesome. It's a little bit longer than the other ones, but it's amazing. I love it. And they all talk about gratitude because it's so important. So those are my top 3 choices if you're looking for something along the lines of creating new habits, forming new habits, replacing unhealthy habits with healthy ones. You got to start somewhere. And if you're not working on you, you can't expect things to just change. We've been this way our whole lives. You have been forming the habits that you do every day your entire life. So I'm 36 years old. So the habits that I have are ones that I've been working on all 36 years. So you can't think that you're just going to say, this is the year I'm going to do this, and it's going to happen if you don't do something different. So that's it, my friends. You got to work on you first. And I hope that you will take me up on this opportunity to snag up one of these resources or find one that means something to you and start working on it. I will be around later tonight. If anyone has any questions on this, please let me know. See ya.